It's time now for the Athlete of the Week, and it's brought to you by Diamond Point and Sauk Center here on Midmnsports. And with us today, some Fusion swimmers that are going to the state meet. Congratulations, fellas.
Thank you.
All right, let's start out and talk about, introduce yourself, tell us who your family is, and what events you're in, okay?
My name is Mitchell Heinen. My mom and dad are Kevin and Lisa Heinen, and I have two sisters, Emily and Hope, and I swim the 500 and the 200 freestyle, the 400 relay, and the 200 relay.
I'm Dylan Fleischacher. My parents are Chad and Amber. I have a sister, Jasmine, and a brother, Nolan. The events I swim are the 200 IM, the 100 breaststroke, and then I'm on the medley relay and the 400 free relay.
My name's Jake Punzak, and my parents are Lisa and Craig Punzak, and I have two brothers. My older brother is Cody Punzak, and my little brother is Drew Punzak, and I swim mainly backstroke, but I also swim some freestyle and butterfly.
All right. So with the events that you're in now, you're going to be really busy, right? Down at the state meet. Who's been to the state meet before?
I have.
You have. Okay. Let me ask you this. Since the first time you came or got to the state and you saw what was going on, how will you use that knowledge then to compete now this coming weekend?
Well, there's a lot of fast people there, and it's just like fun to be there. It's, I guess, I haven't really had like a lot of competition. Like, I haven't like been swimming for a lot of stuff, but like taking top 16 was a big goal for me first two times. And
so, as you two, you have been there before, right?
I've never been to state.
No, but I mean in attendance to watch, right?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
So what are you expecting? What are you anticipating, and how are you going to handle it?
Well, it always seems a little busy, so I'm hoping that being down there, it's a little more natural, and I'm excited for that. And I'm excited for a lot of good races because it's usually pretty fast races, so I'm excited to partake in that.
The competition's really intense, and I'm really excited for that part of the meet. And I know that with my past experience going to watch it, there's a lot of good people, so that's going to be really interesting and fun to be a part of.
Maybe this is a really dumb question, but I'm asking this as a fan, okay? As I watch you race, and let's say you're ahead, or even if you're behind, does it make sense to, how do you handle that? Do you try to stay relaxed? Do you start to swim faster, or how do you do that? Do you understand that question? I mean, you don't want to panic with it though either, right?
Yeah.
you just kind of push yourself as hard as you can. Like, you don't want to like just start flailing your arms or something. You still want to keep good form, but you just push as hard as you can.
Yeah, I'd say like speed up your stroke, but like make every stroke count as you're doing it to hopefully pass the person. Yeah.
And don't start panicking either where you breathe too many times, because if you breathe too much, then you're going to slow yourself down too.
Mm-hmm. I have more dumb questions if that's okay. I've asked this before of swimmers. Can you see, how much do you see off to your side? Do you see your competitor?
Yeah, usually you see your competitor a lot when you do your flip turns. If you do your flip turns to your surgeon side, then you can see a lot of them, or when you breathe.
Usually you can see 1 to 2 lanes over. Usually it's 1, but if you really try to look, you can usually see about 2 lanes over. But you gotta try to focus on yourself more than others.
Do you hear people yelling?
Yes.
Do you?
Most of the time.
Most of the time, yeah.
When it gets really intense, that's when you know.
Okay.
Yeah.
And do you see the coaches? The coaches are doing this thing, or what is that?
Well, a lot of times, like, hand motions, it could be like kick more, like longer stroke, like fast breakout, you know,
Or
quick turn.
Pick your elbows up. I would always get that one, like lift your elbow.
Is that right? Do you sense that before you see them saying that to you, or how does that work?
Usually we have an idea.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. When you swim the 500 and they've got that chart thing going, tell us about that. What difference does that make?
It actually, yeah, it really helps. So what it is Dylan will have like certain things. So is it? I don't remember. Up and down
Like,
is.
yeah, when I shake it, it's like kind of you're close to people, swim faster. And then when you flip it over, pick up the pace.
Yeah, and then usually when they flip it over, Meyer will tell Dylan to flip it, so that way I know that Meyer's saying go faster.
Okay. And does that motivate you then?
Yeah, it definitely helps because I know that Meyer is watching and he's paying attention to it.
In that regard, too, with the coaches, with Coach Meyer, Coach Schreiner, those guys are great, aren't they?
Definitely.
Yeah. What can you say about them and how they've helped you?
See, they work our strokes a lot, and they give us really fine-tuning comments, so we really know how we should be swimming. They're really great with that, and they're really great with technique and how fast we should swim things or to take it out fast, and they're great role models for us too.
Well, they get like really personal too. Like they get really one-on-one, so it's almost like you're more friends than like coach and athlete.
Yeah, they're really great people. They help us with personal stuff and they help us with swimming. And like they said, they're like our friends. Like they're really good people and they help us get better and do what's best for us.
I know that you've all grown up in the sport of swimming, and as you were really little guys, who are some of the swimmers that you looked up to thinking, I want to be like that? And why?
I would say like Kenny Warzeka and like Isaac Schreiner. Like they were seniors when I first went to state, and like I really looked up to them. They were on like the same relay I was on. It like they really helped motivate me, and they were really good, and I wanted to be like them.
I only joined swimming in 9th grade, but I remember from the start I thought Michaela Vinwaldi and Isaac Schreiner were like gods at swimming, and I wanted to be like them, so that probably encouraged me to do backstroke.
I really looked up to Brent Blummel when we were in 7th grade and he was a senior. I really looked up to him. He was an amazing swimmer and he got some records and he was really good.
And that you guys are on relay teams, break down a relay squad for me. What makes a good team, and why are you in the position that you're in, that you think?
Well, first it's like the fastest swimmers in each event. Like for the medley, like we'll have our fastest backstroker and our fastest on and on. So that's the main thing, but you also need like a connection with your relay members, like not only with just exchanges, but also like the relationship you guys have. It really pumps you up to go faster and encourages you.
Well, like, and if you're with a relay like all season, you can like pick up on little things that they do when they do their finish and you exchange over the top. It really like helps your relay go faster. Like exchanges are a big part of it, and then yeah, the personal like friendship of being in the same relay is really good.
Yeah, that connection's a key part, definitely. Like they said, for your exchange, you need that trust with your relay members because you have to trust they'll finish fast, so that way you can get your exchange going fast, and then you have to do the same for everybody else, and it's just that connection with the relay.
Can I ask you this too? Winning races is obviously great, but you don't win every one, right? Okay, how do you handle that then, or how do you more or less console your teammates or yourself, or what goes through your mind with that?
Well, winning races isn't always everything. Like a big thing that I think about when I race is if I'm happy with my time, then I'm happy with my swim. Like it is fun to win, but you don't have to win every time, and you don't win every time.
Yeah. Sometimes you learn more from not winning than you do from winning, but yeah, we mostly focus on our times instead of our placing. Just we want to get better instead of compare better with other people.
Yeah, like they both said, times are really important. Placing, yeah, maybe you don't get first, but that's okay because then you know next time, oh, I'm going to get first, I'm going to get a better time. Like PRs are really important.
And you do the IM, so you're pretty good at all the strokes?
Yeah.
Do you find that, how do you guys then break it down to why are you better at some strokes and not as good at the others?
I feel like part of it is your body structure. Like I'm built more as a backstroker than I am anything else, so I think that's partially why I'm good at backstroke. Also, I feel like it's how much you work it in practice.
I used to do backstrokes. I was able to do that, but since starting distance, I no longer can do it. So like I think Jake said, it's more working it at practice and doing all of that. And like fly, I was never able to do that. Just my body can't. I don't know.
Well, for me, like, I have like a really good swimming body type. I'm really tall and long arms, and it just like really helps with all the strokes. So yeah.
I would imagine too, as you watch somebody like he swims the 500. What are you thinking? The 500? No way.
Yeah, no. I swam the 500 twice, and I was not very good at it. It is not meant for me at all.
So why do you think you're good at the 500?
I really don't know, because obviously, I'm going to stay on the 400 relay, and that's sprinting, and then I do the 500. So I don't know. I don't know. I like it though. I definitely like the going the pace and all the pace work. That's definitely my favorite part about it.
Another thing too that you see a lot of the same guys, a lot, right? And so as you get up on that block and you look down the way, what's going through your mind then?
Well, I mean, it's not always fun competing with people who beat you a lot, but it encourages you to go faster, and when you do beat the people who have been beating you, it's really encouraging.
Well, and like sometimes you like start to become friends with like people who you compete against. Like you swim against them a lot, you see them a lot, so then you kind of just like, hey, I know who you are. So like at the state meet, like you start like people from your section, you're like one big team sometimes.
Yeah, definitely get to know all the guys. Like for the 500, I'd always after race I'd be like, wow, that 500 was like killer, like I'm dying or something like that. And then I'd get to know the other 500 swimmers, and especially like the guys from like Sartell. I swam with them for a club, and I got to know them. So when I swam with them at sections at Sartell, and I talked to them and got to know them too.
So it's taken a lot of work, a lot of talent though too, right? And it's all paying off here to get to the state. Now that you're seniors, you look back at this, what are some of your thoughts about just your experience as being a swimmer?
Well, I started in 9th grade, so I've always been playing catch up, and one of my regrets is not joining swimming sooner, but I'm so glad I joined when I did, and I'm happy with where I am now.
Well, like in 7th grade, my mom forced me into swimming, and like I didn't really want to go, but like once I swam my first year, it really was fun. Like I had a lot of fun. I enjoyed it because like the team is like almost a family.
Yeah, I joined swimming too because I really like swimming, so that was why I joined. But swimming means a lot to me, and like Dylan said, it's like my family. Like this feels like my second family to me, and I'm gonna miss it a lot.
I'd like to just wrap it up by saying again, with your teammates, who are some of the guys that you kind of gravitate to, and what do you talk about? Because you all seem to be pretty close. I see with meets and you're having fun, you're all buddies out there, and you're pulling for each other. What is that like?
Well, the pulling is called heaving, and it's our cheer for the 400 relay. Yeah, our team is a family. We're pretty much inseparable. I don't know anyone who kind of doesn't hang out with everyone. We're all hanging out with each other constantly and talking about whatever's on our mind, school, swimming, everything.
Yeah, we all get along together. There isn't really anybody that I can think of either that like doesn't get along with us. It's just one big group.
Yeah, everyone's friends with everybody, and it's just fun to hang out with each other, and we like to do things like last year we went to movies together, and we did a bunch of other stuff and just bonded as a team.
All right. Well, congratulations up to this point. Good luck, and let me say this too. You've represented the Fusion extremely well, so congratulations on that.
Thank you.
All right. The Fusion Swimmers with us here, brought to you by Diamond Point and Sauk Center on Midminnesota Sports.